Hey, good morning, everybody, and it's a very nice day today. And what we are going to do is in this short video, we are going to understand something called as Lagna. Now we commonly talk about, my Lagna is Aries, or my Lagna is Scorpio, or my Rashi is Sagittarius or Gemini. But basically we don't understand what Lagna is, because and why getting your horoscope made the right way and then the traditional way is so important, because you are that specific person and you are not that generic person who was born in the month of May along with 50 million other people. So understanding Lagna is very important because prima facie it is your ability to think. There are some people who are blessed and who take a calculated decision because they have ability to think. Their Lagna is strong, and more often than not they think the right way. And then there are certain people who don't either have the ability to think, or sometimes whenever they think and whenever they decide, they tend to make the wrong choice. So this is what we are going to understand a bit today, because it's very important for us to understand what our strength and what our weaknesses are, and depending on the strength and weakness of our Lagna, we are going to understand how it works out. Now generally what happens is, these are in a layman's term, these are the six major things which the Lagna helps us to do. One is your ability to think, whether we can think or react the right way. The ability to act, that is more of your reaction to a situation. Given a situation, are you somebody who basically looks forward to a compromise or a solution, or are you somebody who is a very aggressive person and who likes to go to the enemy's camp and create havoc? So Lagna Lord in the sixth house generally can be a person who can be very aggressive, and because he is the one who is going to the sixth house. Lagna also gives you your taste, your ability to digest things, what you like. For example, Jupiter in your ascendant will always ensure that you like a lot of sweets. Yeah. Pressure people. Now pressure people are the people who are constantly on your Lagna. So those are the people who are constantly on your head. For example, seventh lord in Lagna, the person is always under pressure from his partner, or business. Likewise, what are the planets that are grouping on your ascendant or having graha drishtis and rashi drishtis on your Lagna? Then your class, which we call it as Viveka. Viveka basically means your how do you put it in a simple word? In a simple word, Viveka means your ability to react. Basically, how fair-minded are you? What is your general reaction to a situation? And then obviously all these add up to your ultimately decision-making skills, and how fast or how slow are you in decision-making skills. Now, more or less, you are able to understand a chart. So there are 12 houses right from your ascendant. So whatever is your ascendant takes this top position if you are using this chart style. Then this is the second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house, sixth house, seventh house, eighth house, ninth, 10th, 11th and 12th. So a horoscope has got 12 houses, and all the activity that you do from waking up in the morning to sleeping in the night, which is the 12th house, are all covered within this 12 houses. So hence it is so important that you know your ascendant, you know your Lagna, because it has got a direct relation in terms of how well you sleep and how well you don't sleep. Now I just wanted to give you an example chart. So this is the chart of a Vedic astrologer who is Aries ascendant. Here if you see, it is number 1, which I have circled, along with few planets which are there. SY means Surya, Sun, GU means Guru, Jupiter, SK means Shukra, Venus, KE means Ketu, and this is the Lagna and Hora Lagna. But prima facie we see a Aries ascendant person who has got 4 planets in the ascendant, and Aries is lorded by a planet called Mars, and Mars is with Moon. Chandra means Moon. So the Lagna Lord has gone there. So prima facie, what we always need to understand is that here we see there is a bunch of planets in the Lagna, and the Lagna Lord is also with a planet. So what happens is that we then need to see not only the planets but also the lordships. For example, Jupiter is the ninth lord and 12th lord. So when ninth lord is in Lagna, then the pressure can be from father or the guru, because that is what is coming. Plus all the planets which are in the Lagna shows your Viveka. Vivekas, so whichever planet that combine Jupiter will ensure that those are the planets that give Viveka to Jupiter in matters of those. For example, when Venus is with Jupiter, it gives you sort of Viveka in matters of relationship, where a person can generally follow high ideals that either they marry the person that they love, and if they are out of love, then they would rather not stay married. So this can also be there by Jupiter. Surya again gives lot of abilities in terms of management, and Surya we also see is the fifth lord in exaltation. So fifth lord in exaltation generally is a very good exaltation thing for especially for astrologers who are constantly in the profession of fortune telling and seeing other futures and etc. Or generally what we say is as somebody into the business of speculation. So then we look at the combination where Jupiter is with Ketu, which causes a specific yoga called as Parampara Yoga, which basically means that a person can be associated with a lineage. Yes, I am associated with a lineage which is 2500 years old. Then there is Dviguru Yoga, basically Jupiter and Venus, both are the gurus. One is the Deva Guru, which is Jupiter, whereas Venus is Danav Guru, basically a corporate guru, so to say. So when Jupiter and Venus combine together, it is called as Dviguru Yoga. Plus there are some other yogas which are Shiva yogas, and other are also forming because of various combination. So generally what happens is, here we also see Saturn is aspecting. Saturn aspecting the Lagna will ensure that you have value system in terms of labor. So generally it means that paying up people on time, paying up for people, respecting other people's time, likewise. So here we see when Mesha Lagna, so if we are going to understand the natural ability of this person, then Lagna Lord is in a third house, and Lagna Lord is Mars, and the third house Karaka is also Mars. So we can say that that the Lagna Lord in the third house is a very good placement for this Lagna Lord, because it is a Sura planet in a Sura house. I'll be talking about it more in future, but generally Mars in the third house is a very good placement because it is the house. So this person could be somebody who is a good fighter, never gives up, always planning to innovate new things, trying to learn new things, always at his work, very difficult to pin him down, very good entrepreneurial and ability to come out of tough situations, because Mangal gives you that ability. Mangal also is Vargottama because it is in Gemini in Navamsha also, plus it is his Atmakaraka. So Lagnesh becoming Atmakaraka also gives you a lot of ability in matters related to the planet which is there. The only planet I think which is spoiling the show is this planet in the 7th house, Rahu, which is also Badakesh, and that can create little problems related to 7th house and some things related to that. Now, in contrast, when we see the chart of Lord Sri Ram, he is Karka Lagna, and Cancer is lorded by a planet called as Moon, and we see Moon and Jupiter both in his ascendant, so which is a fantastic thing. So Lagna Lord is in Lagna basically means that a person has got very, very high ideals. If you have got an exalted planet, Digbali planet in Lagna, it basically gives very high ideals. Here we see Jupiter is also in his Lagna, whereas Mars is aspecting his Lagna as well, so which gives a high ideals in matters of war. So whichever planet aspects Jupiter generally are the high ideals that we get. If Saturn aspects Jupiter or in the Lagna, then you get high ideals in terms of your work, etc. Yeah. So here we see that even Moon is there with Jupiter. Basically means that a person has got very high ideals in matters of social values, because Moon is social. So even when a laundry guy, which is ruled by Saturn, raised some objection in terms of his wife coming back from Lanka, he ensured that his wife had to go through the litmus test. Yeah. Here we also see this specific yoga is called as Hamsa Mahapurush Yoga, uh, which basically is a Mahapurush Yoga, which we'll be talking in future slides. Uh, and Rashi Drishti is of Mercury. Here we see that Graha Drishti is your Viveka and Rashi Drishti is the pressure that comes on you. Here we see Rashi Drishti is from Mercury, so the pressure prima facie would come related to finance, related to Mercury. Mercury also rules jealousy, so it was the jealousy of his stepmother, which where she wanted her son, which is Bharata, to actually get the kingdom and not Sri Ram. So Mercury is something which can create pressure group, or it could also be friendships which can create a pressure group, whereby he wanted to also help Vibhishan to get back his kingdom. So all those things we can generally see from the chart. So always remember that golden rule: Graha Drishti is something which is going to give you Viveka, whereas Rashi Drishti and the planets in Lagna itself are your pressure groups. Yeah. So if you are serious and you're somebody who likes the videos and genuinely wants to study at a detailed level and advanced level, please shoot me an email or a WhatsApp. If you have any questions related to understanding Lagna, or how to decipher a Lagna, or any questions related to that, do post it below. I would be happy to answer it. And I would end up in a note which is, knowledge is an ocean, start swimming. This is something which my Gurudev told me, and I tell to my students as well. So thanks a lot, and have a great day.